'Tis the season to be indie. It's that time of year, so we're looking at the best indie Christmas songs from the last 20 years. We're just looking at original Christmas songs in this video, so no indie covers of classic Christmas songs this time. Sorry Phoebe. Before we go into the list, you can check out the full Spotify playlist in the description. Also, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this too. First up, we have the Long Blondes with Christmas is Cancelled. Released originally in 2004, before even their debut album, the Long Blondes' Christmas song was re-released again in 2020 and finally landed on streaming platforms after originally just being a limited run of CDs. Next, perhaps the king of the indie Christmas song, it's Sufjan Stevens with Did I Make You Cry on Christmas Day? Well, you deserved it.
Did I make you cry on Christmas Day?
The melancholic tale of seasonal depression and a fragmented relationship was one of many similarly themed Christmas songs from Sufjan's 2006 Songs for Christmas box set, which consisted of 35 classic and original Christmas songs. Another huge artist to embrace the art of the Christmas song now, Don't Shoot Me Santa was the second of many Christmas singles for The Killers. Beginning in 2006 with A Great Big Sled, The Killers released a new Christmas song every year for the next 10 years in aid of the Product Red campaign, raising awareness of World AIDS Day with their yearly December 1st releases. These were compiled into the Don't Waste Your Wishes compilation album in 2016, as the band announced that that year's single, I'll Be Home for Christmas, would be their last annual Christmas song. Next, we have Scottish legends Belle and Sebastian with Are You Coming Over for Christmas from 2007.
Are you coming over for Christmas?
Released directly onto their website and their MySpace account, it's a rare standalone Christmas original from the band, although they did also put out a version of the traditional O Come Emmanuel a few years earlier for an XFM compilation.
O come Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel.
Now, one of the masters of a melancholic Christmas song, it's Frightened Rabbit with It's Christmas So We'll Stop.
It's Christmas so we'll stop, 'cause the wine on our breath puts the love on our tongues.
Along with the likes of She Screams Christmas and Cheap Gold, Scott Hutchison's lyrical ability really shone through when reflecting on the lesser spoken of emotions felt by many at this time of year. Before moving on, let's take a moment to remember the late great Scott Hutchison. Next, we have the Wombats with Is This Christmas? They were riding high after the success of their debut album and released their Christmas song the following year, with all proceeds going towards MenCap. They even managed to snag getting a spoken word intro from Les Dennis for the music video.
Not a creature was staring, except for a wombat!
A rare example of an indie artist using a Christmas song on their studio album and also as a lead single, Laura Marling released Goodbye England Covered in Snow in 2009.
And I never love England more than when covered in snow.
Her critically acclaimed second album, I Speak Because I Can, saw her fully separate herself from her indie backing singer roots, and she proved her skills as a lyricist with this single as she wistfully sang of a snowy England. We even had a dream pop Christmas song thanks to Beach House's I Do Not Care for the Winter Sun.
I do not care for the winter sun.
Posted directly to their website in 2010, the standalone single was included in the band's B-Sides and Rarities album in 2017 and is yet another melancholic inclusion in our list. Much cheerier now, the Futureheads released Christmas Was Better in the 80s in the same year. Four albums into their career after breaking out with Decent Days and Nights and their cover of Hounds of Love, the Futureheads applied their trademark breakneck guitar riffs to the Christmas season on this nostalgic non-album single. There's been a lot of love for dance punk on this channel, so it was impossible not to include everyone's favourite impossible to pronounce band, Chuck 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 with And Anyway It's Christmas from 2013.
Nothing feels quite like a kiss does.
Probably the danciest song of this list, Chuck Chuck Chuck's only Christmas song wasn't a massive hit, but it's a great inclusion in the band's discography. Next, it was tough to select just one from their 2014 Christmas EP, but here's Los Campesinos' Ado to a Deer. One of several original Christmas songs on A Los Campesinos Christmas, along with a cover of Mud's Lonely This Christmas. It included all the usual ingredients for a great Los Campesinos song, such as football references, double entendres, and an overarching sense of sadness. And talking of a sense of sadness, we have a candidate for possibly the saddest Christmas song of all time. It's LCD Soundsystem's Christmas Will Break Your Heart.
Christmas will break your heart if your world is feeling small.
They already had a Christmas song with OU Christmas Blues in 2010 for the Greenberg film soundtrack, but they returned with their first studio release in 4 years with Christmas Will Break Your Heart in 2015. James Murphy described it on Twitter as another one of those songs which had about 75 lines of lyrics, though we've knocked it down to 8 to keep the suicide rate in check. And on to some more recent additions now. We have the Cribs with Christmas All Year Long from 2020. Originally only available as a limited edition flexi disc with an album pre-order bundle, the Cribs eventually shared the single with the world to show off what they described as cheesy lyrics and some over-the-top guitar soloing. One last depressing Christmas song now. It's Julia Jacklin's Baby Jesus Is Nobody's Baby Now.
She lost the baby, the house nearly burnt down. Baby Jesus is nobody's baby now.
Her 2019 album Crushing elevated her to international status, and she followed up the next year with this heartbreaking Christmas song in response to the Australian bushfires at the turn of that year. In 2022, we had the 1975's Wintering from their album Being Funny in a Foreign Language.
Now stop the percussion, I wanna have a discussion, and it's Christmas. This is gonna be a nightmare.
Matty Healy's anecdotal lyrics included references to his parents and returning home to see them for Christmas. He noted that other parts of the record have a bit more purpose, even though they're slightly more abstract, but Wintering is just this moment of brevity, and I think it's really nice. And finally, to end on a true light note, it's the Linda Lindas with their irresistible Groovy Christmas.
Groovy Christmas, Groovy Christmas, Groovy Christmas.
After being noticed by Amy Poehler and asked to record the soundtrack for her film Moxie, they then released their debut album the following year in 2022 and closed out the year with Groovy Christmas as a non-album single. So that's the end of the list. I know there are plenty of other great indie Christmas songs out there that I didn't have a chance to include, but let me know in the comments any that should have been included, and maybe I can do a part 2 next year. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.